What's up, guys?
Hi, everybody.
We're back.
We are back.
Back for a special edition Wednesday evening coffee with Joan and Brent. Yeah.
Coffee.
Just got tied up yesterday, so our apologies. So we're doing it tonight. Special edition.
Yep. Fun times.
Funsies. So yeah,
Earlier
we're here
today. Look at that.
Yeah, we do. Thank God it's earlier.
We usually don't get home till later on Tuesdays. So.
We might make this an actual thing on Wednesdays.
Possibly.
Who knows? We might.
Possibly.
We'll see how the turnout is and people actually chatting with us. So today we're doing kind of a little bit different. We asked, Joan did, anyways, I should do it too. She put on her story yesterday, hey, what questions do you want us to answer? So we got a couple of responses. Want more, but we'll talk about some of that stuff later.
Yeah.
And first of all, I want to say, yes, I am aware that we were wearing the same shirts. I also want to say that I was not aware of this when I changed. However, she had been wearing that same shirt all day. Mm-hmm. I just got back from the gym and I needed to put on a better shirt, so I just grabbed this one. And then she comes in, she goes, "Oh, I'm surprised you're okay with that." And I was like, "I'm really not, but we gotta go." So we're matching today. And if anyone comments, "Oh, that's so cute," I'm gonna throw up.
Why?
That's so cute.
I don't understand why it's weird.
It's weird.
We have like 4 shirts total that we always wear.
Then we can alternate and make sure that never happens.
Oh, because they're such, specialty shirts. We have black shirt, white shirt, blue shirt, and this shirt.
Wow. Don't flex so hard, babe. You'll make people jealous. Make people jelly.
Oh, goodness.
So, we had the Super Bowl.
I just wanted to cheers once before we got started.
The wine stains all over your glass on the other side.
My coffee stains.
Coffee stains. So,
okay, then I have
we had the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Joan, what were your thoughts on the Super Bowl?
It was great.
That was a good game.
That was a good game. I know that my family and friends back home weren't too happy.
It was really funny for me watching everybody update their status and change their profile pictures to like Niners colors and Niners hats and everything like 20 minutes before the game's over. Like, yeah, go Niners! That didn't age well.
And then
like, wait till the game's over before you do that.
Yeah. I don't know. It was a good game.
You were saying that you noticed. I didn't because, I don't know, we were doing other stuff. Watching my son be a lunatic. But you were saying that there weren't that many commercials.
Yeah, there just weren't, like...
I don't know if somebody needs to fact check that.
I don't know. I felt like I saw a lot of, like, Fox commercials.
Like local commercials and stuff like that?
Local commercials or just, like, the
There were a couple of good ones, though. What was your favorite one, babe?
Oh, shoot. It was the one, like, it was at the beginning, though. What was it?
Oh, the Jason Momoa one?
Yeah, that one was pretty
although
funny.
I do have to say that I saw a lender post. They're like, "Oh, so Rocket Mortgage is basically saying that what you think you're gonna get, you're not gonna get."
Yeah,
that's true. That was pretty good. I like the Bill Murray Groundhog Day. That one was good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that one was
I bet you most of the people that are watching that have never seen Groundhog Day were like, "I don't get it."
Yeah.
But
I don't know though. A lot of people may have.
No, that's true. A lot, but the people that hadn't seen the movie were like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I can't remember if there's any. I think there might have been 1 or 2 other.
Those are the only ones that I really remember. But again, I kept seeing like commercials about the actual
Fox show or the fights coming up.
Or the fight, yeah.
There was. I swear, when I was younger, there used to be a lot better commercials. Like a lot more of them. Just like, oh my gosh, what's Budweiser gonna do? What's this? And
I think because one thing that I did notice is that
Top Gun, by the way, Top Gun.
Yes, I'm excited about that. That comes out what? Is it June?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. I just know that they're having the volleyball scene again. So.
Is that why you were listening to that song
No.
earlier?
Check out my Instagram story, by the way.
Yep. But there were a lot of ads that had like combo companies. Like it's like the giant, the big company, and then they had.
Oh, they had the good crossover commercials. Yeah, the Tide commercials. Those are kind of funny.
Yeah,
those are good.
They were funny because they almost had like a storyline to it throughout the whole thing.
Well, they did have a storyline through it the whole time.
Yeah. Well. Yeah,
but it's funny connecting all the things. But then you kind of look at that and you're like, wait, all these companies are pretty much owned by the same company?
Yeah.
It's a little frightening.
Yeah, it's frightening, but also I have a feeling a lot of the commercial space or whatever is probably because they can do it cheaper on like social media. Or they've got like better I don't know.
It's
I
true.
don't know.
Like if you're a company, would you spend $5.6 million for a 30-second ad buy that everyone's going to see? Or would you target that money, spread half of it around? $2.5 million on social media is going to get you a lot more exposure.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not like
I'm Don Draper.
I'm not the marketing expert.
I know. I mean, we're wearing the same shirt today, so We have nothing. We have no place to talk. No room to talk.
Yeah.
And was it this weekend? This weekend you had your makeup class that you kept trying to talk about last podcast, and they kept.
Yeah.
I guess you said interrupting you. I don't know if that's true or not. She was pissed. We get her. She's like, "You keep interrupting me."
Yeah, because I keep losing my train of thought.
Stay focused.
I do.
Stay focused. So,
I try
Joan,
to.
how was your makeup class?
It was fun.
Oh yeah.
It was fun. You got to learn about how. Actually,
camera's up there.
Vesta put her makeup on me, and it actually looked pretty good.
Wait. I'm sorry.
Not the foundation.
Oh, I was like.
We just had different foundations.
I was like, that would not look great.
No, like eye makeup and the different colors and the eyeshadows and all that. Like she put it on me, and it actually looked good. It was quite versatile. And the best part is, it did not mess with my face.
Well, yeah.
My face is super sensitive to,
disgusting.
Whenever the wind blows. So,
yeah.
I know my nose is itching again.
Is it?
It has been itching all day. I know the allergen and the pollenins.
What's a pollen?
Hey, pollenins. The pollen was pretty low today, but it was higher yesterday, so we were nailing it with that.
Nice.
But what were we talking about?
Well, we're talking about your makeup class.
It was fun because we got to talk about.
You said it didn't mess up your face. And
No,
your
it didn't
skin
mess up my face. And
highly reactive.
when my
ever since I met her though, like anytime she'd put any type of like lipstick or chapstick, like I remember it has to be Carmex, because everything she'd put on her lips would be like, if you hear banging upstairs, that's our son running around like a lunatic upstairs.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh my gosh, it makes my lips burn. Like you couldn't wear red lipstick or anything like that. So then you just never wore makeup, and you still continue to never wear makeup.
Yeah, but I can.
But on the times that you want to get all dolled up or whatever you say, going out with the girls.
Yeah. So it's
getting lit with the hose. Is that what you call it?
Sure, that's exactly the lingo that I use.
That's what I would. I'm getting lit with my hose.
I can use the Young Living Savvy makeup line because it doesn't.
What does savvy stand for, or does it just mean something?
It
just mean savvy.
It's savvy. Sure.
That's cool. Is it expensive? I haven't asked you that.
Expensive? No.
Well, I've seen Sephora prices, so is it
well, it's comparable.
So it's expensive.
But it doesn't destroy your face.
Look at this. Robert's asked, can I be on the show tomorrow? Jeez, God, you just text me. I don't know. I'll get back to you, Robert. I know I have a meeting with an agent. I have a meeting with an agent before then, so let me see.
Yeah. Because we've tried every kind of... I know my mom, growing up, would always have to get the super crazy expensive hypoallergenic, blah, 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 type makeup for me when I competed.
Yeah, it was also built with human growth hormones to make sure you landed those jumps.
Yeah, they were infused with human growth hormones. But that still reacted with my face. And then we went on tour with the, show makeup, and that
stuff's like grease.
Reacted with my face.
Dude,
really,
I had to wear like so much, and I was like you just smear this stuff on, and then you have to use just like these makeup wipes to take them off, and my skin got so irritated here. Yeah. And then at some point, I would like not be that great at taking it off, and I'd just be like walking around, and our friend Steven's like, "You look like a burn victim. Take that off." It was awful.
Yeah, but since then, like I was tired of putting makeup on and then having like a giant rash on my face and all that, but. It's crazy. So what we were talking about in the makeup class is the fact that most of the time you want to use makeup to cover up any kind of imperfections or
just your entire face,
whatever in your skin. But the problem is a lot of the chemicals that are in the makeup is what's causing your face to react that way.
So put more on is what you're saying.
Well, that's what that's the thing. Like they'll cake it on and they're like, oh, and then you'll like. Their skin is just so irritated because they keep putting it on, But I must say, the makeup artists, there are some amazing makeup artists out there. Yep. Amazing. Yep. But anyways, for like everyday people who would wear like...
What do you mean everyday people?
Everyday life.
No, what do you mean by that?
I don't know, Brent.
Like you people? What do you mean everyday people?
Everyday. Not like people who do it as a...
Like the song? Like everyday people.
Sure. Not people who like doing it.
Oh.
Right?
I get
people
offended.
Who use
I feel attacked.
Whatever. People who like to use makeup every day, they want to, just enhance their beauty as opposed to just try to cover up all the time. At least the makeup that we use there doesn't have any of those toxins to help to clog your pores, to create pimples, to make you have such terrible skin.
To make you need it. I wonder if that's part of the thing. Do you think they put that crap in it so then you have to buy it? Because now it's destroyed your skin, so now you gotta.
I don't know. I'm not gonna throw that out there, but
I will.
It could potentially.
Conspiracy. It's deep state. It's
I
deep
wouldn't
state
put
makeup.
it past, but at least with that makeup, it doesn't damage your skin. So
how do you buy this makeup, Joan? Do you go down to Sephora?
You could message me and I'll help you.
Why do you say it? Like, don't message me.
Well, why did you say why don't you buy? That's how you said it. So why are we all judgy about how we say things? Judgy McJudgerson. But yeah, just message me and we can talk about it and see what's going on.
Okay, cool. Or
if
you're watching this on YouTube, just send us a message.
Yeah, send me a
message. Leave a comment. We'll reach out.
Yeah. I like it because if your skin's like crazy sensitive like mine.
She did. I saw a picture of her wearing. I think she took it off before she got home. But
the funny thing is, I left there and ended up meeting him for dinner that night, and
I did.
It was dark, so you didn't. I texted Vesta right after. She's like, I said, I'm just now realizing that I stepped out in public with half my face done up like nighttime.
Oh, you did that?
Yes, and then the other half was just everyday wear. So half my face was a little bit more glammed up than the other one.
Where did you go to dinner? I don't remember.
Anna Mia's.
Yeah.
Anna.
Yeah, you were taking care of a friend that night, so that's why everything was a little flustered, and then we had fajita steam flying up and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's good. All right,
but yeah.
So how about that? Do you want some good?
How about that?
Good makeup.
Yes. Where you can also buy, you know what I really appreciate though? I appreciate the fact that I can buy my makeup and my cleaning supplies at the same time.
I do appreciate that too.
I don't have to go to 13 different stores.
You know what? You can go to Walmart and do the same thing.
Yeah, but then you can do it multiple times. But it won't destroy your face.
I like trolling.
Just saying.
True.
Won't destroy your face.
Won't destroy your face.
Just saying.
Okay, so moving on from that topic.
Why?
Well, because...
You don't like makeup?
I don't. I'm going to talk about... so I got put onto a book. It's by Dr. Kelly Starrett, and it's called Becoming a Supple Leopard. And it sounds awesome because I like the idea of becoming... I like being a supple leopard.
He just likes the word supple.
I do like that word. I like that word. So... And then starting reading the book, and I was like, oh my god, this book's like 500 pages, and it turns out that he's got a website that you can subscribe to and just get videos on what to do. So I was like, done. So this guy, Dr. Kelly Starrett, he's been on Joe Rogan's podcast before. He's like a physical therapist and trainer to like a lot of the NHL, NFL, Major League Baseball teams, NBA, Olympians.
So
losers, right? So his whole thing is about just becoming completely like mobile again and you know, getting your joints and your muscles to move right again, and not through just stretching, but it's all through physical functions and systems and how to do it. So he's got a website. I don't actually know the real name of his website, but you go to mobilitywod, WOD.com, and then it relinks you to, you know, the first.
Shoot, what is it called?
I don't know.
Probably
Whatever. Well, I always go to mobilitywod.com, and so it's kind of cool because it'll. You type out or you click on the thing on what part of your body hurts, or do you have issues with like you want it to limber up.
Yeah.
You click on that and then it gives you a bunch of videos on exercises you can do, and they seem to be really good. And it's a 15-day free trial.
I think it's 14.
A 14-day free trial, but it's $15 a month if you do it afterwards.
Yeah.
So I was like, sure.
I'm gonna be distracting. Every time you lift your hand up,
Okay.
your hand looks incredibly bright.
I'm glowing. You know what? I'm like Jesus right now. Look at this.
What?
Look at that. I'm like glowing.
What does that mean?
I'm glowing. Read your Bible.
Just...
I look awesome. All right, fine. So I'm just going to keep my hand here now. I'm just going to twirl things right here now. So anyways
yes,
Mobility Wad, it's you've been doing it a couple of days. I've been doing it for a day. I guess it's good, but you've noticed your back's kind of loosening up a little bit.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I think it's a combination of things. Obviously,
I should say they're a sponsor of us, but no one sponsors us. So no, we get no money.
We sponsor ourselves.
We sponsor ourselves. So check out. I am shiny, Robert. Check out Mobility Wad, WOD, mobilitywod.com, And I mean, try it for 14 days. I mean,
Yeah.
and then if you like it, it's $15 a month, right? But
Yeah.
it seems to be pretty legitimate.
It seems to be helping. It's like an extra piece that, again, sometimes you just feel like you're missing some piece, but it seems like what he's talking about is actually very well, legitimate, because a lot of times you see a lot of things and it's just like, oh, well, here's a fancy new thing to be able to, I don't know, they're trying to sell you on some
of the stuff too,
equipment or whatever. It seems kind of like
this is like some movements
easy.
I haven't done before. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, this is quite difficult or painful.
Yeah.
But it's not like some of the generic, like I'm gonna put my leg up here and just
stretch. Here, touch your toes. No, I'm just
gonna glow.
It works on mobility being a huge thing. Like, move the way you're supposed to.
Almost like it's called mobilitywad.com.
Oh my god.
Can everyone congratulate Joan on that nice haircut she's got there?
Hey, look at that.
Man.
I know. I got a haircut after like however many years now. It was a long time.
You know what?
I like
You were so spoiled. Like, I don't know why you have to demand a haircut more than like every 3 years. I don't understand this.
Yeah, I haven't done anything really to my hair except like, yeah, nothing except putting it up in a ponytail. So I got my hair cut for the first time. Look at it. It's so much healthier. It doesn't feel like the end of a horse tail.
Well, it's kind of worse than that.
Yeah. Or if it's like you pick up all the weeds and you're just playing. That's what it felt
It's
like.
like hay.
Yeah. But no, it's not. It feels so
No,
healthy.
it's not. So anyway, so check out that website.
I did feel better when I was doing some of the lower back mobility things, especially because I've added that in with a lot of the stuff that I still go to the chiropractor weekly, and what are the other things? Just watching what I'm eating.
Yeah, you've been really good though.
inflammation.
You've been stretching and you've been trying to get sleep and not eating a bunch of junk food and
Yeah.
you've been getting your regular adjustments with the chiropractor. Hi,
Yeah.
shout out to Dr. Brian,
Yeah.
who I think is watching. Boop boop, free.
Yeah, and I think it's helping. Just
I know
Helping
you
you
were
move
like,
things. I was like-
you were resting your feet on the top of the back of your head today.
oh right, it was so close, but it's much better now. So I would try it out. It's free for whatever he said.
For 14 days. I was thinking too, and it's like, oh, I gotta sign up. How much is this gonna be? Like, it's probably gonna be $50, maybe $100 a month, something like that. $15? Sure. All right, so
I like it.
you put on your Facebook story yesterday, hey, we're going live tomorrow instead of tonight. What topics do you want to talk about? And we had an overwhelming response of one person. But that one person said that Marie wants to hear about Joan's favorite shoot, like for photography, your favorite shoots, and what's your favorite part of photography.
Yeah.
And then she asked me to talk about what tips for first-time home buyers.
So would you like to go first?
I don't know, it's up to you, babe. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
You can go first.
All right, I'll go first. Talk about going into this thing 100% not prepared, but that's fine.
Isn't that all of our podcasts?
That is 100% all of our podcasts. I mean, we are wearing the same clothes here, for God's sake.
Yeah.
I should get mine a little bit more off the shoulder,
Why?
just like yours.
Oh, then you're not fully matching.
No, I'm not fully matching. All right, so first-time home buyers. Doesn't really matter what state you're in. You're like usually a first-time home buyer is somebody renting, or they're living in their mom's basement, but they're probably renting. And they say, hey, I want to buy a house. I'm sick of renting.
Yeah.
What can I afford? Right? And as of right now, if you're renting, your rent is all... Thanks for pointing out the match. Yes, we're matching. Thank you. It's so cute. So, anyways,
It's the best print.
most likely your rent is going to be higher than your mortgage payment. That's usually how it is. So how much house can you afford? So first thing you want to do is you want to talk to a lender, right? Because you're probably not paying cash. So you need to talk to a lender, and you have your choice. You can find a lender yourself, you can ask for referrals, or you can find a realtor that you trust, me, and they will refer you to 3 lenders, or more that you can work with. So you call up a lender and you give them, kind of what you're looking for, what price range. And, the big myth is that you have to put how much down on a house? Come on, Joe.
The myth?
Yeah.
25 or 20 or 25%.
20%. You have to put 20% down. No, you do not have to put 20% down.
Myth busted.
Boom! Now, is it a good idea if you can? Yeah, because then you don't have to pay PMI. But you can also, interest rates are really low.
So what's PMI?
Well, it's mortgage insurance, babe. What that is we'll get to that in a second, madam.
Well, I just want to make sure.
So you're distracting, doing the runaround.
No, I'm trying to explain to, I'm helping people who don't really know.
I think I'm going to tear up my notes at the end, like Nancy Pelosi. I'm going to tear up my notes after the end of this.
Make it rain.
Make it rain. Planner paper. Okay, so anyways. So, yeah, you don't need 20% down. You can do 10%. You can do 5% on a conventional...
I got approval.
See? Well, he just wants you to get your license. Don't listen to him. He's kissing your ass. So, you can do 5% on a conventional. You can do 3.5% for an FHA loan. Or if you're a veteran, you can take advantage of the VA. You can go 0% down. So, talk to a lender and see how much you can actually come up with, right? Don't just say... oh, I think I can afford this, and then you go on Zillow, and then you send me a bunch of homes that you want to see, and then you find out you can't qualify for that, and then you're pissed because none of the homes that you looked at are in your price range. So talk to a lender first, get an idea of your price range. Probably not a good idea to go to the top of that price range, because you don't want to stretch yourself out, right? You don't want to be house poor. I do, he said. You do not want to be house poor. That's not a fun experience. Not that I would know or anything. So, so you talk to your lender, then you talk to your agent, right? And you tell them, hey, this is kind of the area I'm looking for. This is what our lender pre-qualified us for. What can we find? And you want to be honest about, like, what are the things that you have to have and what are the things that you would like to have, right? Because you're probably not going to get all of them.
Need versus want.
Right. So, like, we have to have a one-story. Okay,
Location.
Cool. Location. We have to be in this school district, right? We have to have a pool, or we don't want a pool. Stuff like that, right? But like, you can kind of get. We want to have at least 4 bedrooms, right? We got 900 kids. We got to have 4 bedrooms.
It's a lot of children.
So they're all going to be living like in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the grandparents, like that. So once you get out, you're going out and you're showing and. You've got your money set aside, you're ready to go, you find the house that you like, okay? You're working with your agent, you coordinate with your agent to come up with a good offer price, okay? And then usually, depending on what your down payment is, you have that all set aside, the agent writes up the contract, negotiations go back and forth, the agent makes sure before you put in that offer that you're paying a fair price on that house. Offer goes in, goes to the seller, they negotiate it or they discuss it, then they come back and they accept it or they counter your offer or they tell you to, F off and we're not taking your offer. Okay, if you put in a fair offer, they're not going to do that. So the negotiations happen back and forth. Boom, we've decided on a price. We've accepted your offer. We are now under contract. You're going to have to come up with 2 checks, at least in Texas, and I'm pretty sure every other state, but you never know how they do it in some weird places like California. So 2 checks, one's for your option fee. That's how long you want to have. And I don't know if other states are different, but I don't really care because I don't live there. But in Texas, we have what's called the option period. And that's a unrestricted right to terminate your contract during a set amount of days. So if you put down 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, 100 days, it's never that. But the longest is usually 10 days. And you can say, hey, during this time we're getting our inspection, we're going to give you a small amount of money, $100, $200, on the higher end homes, $500, $1,000, right? To be able to get out of our contract for any reason, but it's usually for inspection problems, for this amount of money. So you put down your option check, and then you write a check for your earnest money, which is like your deposit, right? And that's usually about 1% of the purchase price. So $300,000 home, $3,000 gets written, goes to the title company. Then you go through this process. I guess she asked for tips, but I'm just going through the whole process. Might as well.
That's okay.
So,
well, would you want to answer a question that I would have? I think would be a good thing to say to people. Why would you want to hire an agent?
So when you go look at a house and you see one that's listed, and you go you call that realtor and say, hey, I want to see this house. That agent is not working for you.
Yeah.
That agent is working for their seller, and they can't disclose anything to you about it. And when you're buying a house, it doesn't cost you anything. So it's kind of ridiculous to not use an agent.
Yeah.
Actually, it is ridiculous to not use an agent.
Yeah.
Okay? So, yes, you want an agent for that.
Well, talking about all that stuff, I would absolutely want an agent for that because with all the negotiations and the contract and the whole process, that sounds like a whole lot of stuff to take on your own.
Yep.
If you're buying a house, and that's a lot of money to be playing around with if you don't really know what's going
Especially
on.
I'm like realistic Jesus over here. Look at this. I'm like glowing.
But yeah, at least from my perspective.
Right. That's a good perspective.
From the non-realtor eyes.
Yet.
But I'm saying that from the non-realtor side right now.
I know.
Because I am there.
She's going to be an agent, though, because she hears me bitching and moaning for the past 10 years about it, so she knows everything that goes into it. She'll be a better agent than me, I guarantee it. So, yeah, okay, so back to the process. You're under contract, then you've got to pay for an inspector, right? You know, about $500 is what you're looking to pay, usually. Inspector comes out, they find things that are wrong with it, you negotiate, and we could do whole things, but I suggest you check out Smoker Broker Radio on KVGI with the man, the broker, the owner of SWR Group, Robert Mesh, who's actually watching right now. But he's going to give you way better information than I'm giving, but I'm usually on that show anyway, so.
Well, his is more geared towards
Yours is more geared to that, but we're just giving some tips for first time.
expertise.
So yeah, so actually, let's just go ahead for tips.
Okay.
Get a good lender.
Yeah.
Get a good agent. How do you find a good agent?
How do you find a good agent? Right?
Get a referral.
Yeah.
Get a referral from somebody that's actually used them,
Yeah.
right? That's the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously,
it is a good show, Robert.
There are some good agents out there.
Yeah.
And then there are some not, like in any industry.
In any industry.
Right? So just work with someone that's really good, that's got a good, referral.
Yeah.
And that you like them. Right?
Yeah.
And that's actually going to tell you like it is, tell you straight, and be super thorough and possibly over communicative. Right? You want them to tell you long before. You want to be sick of your agent telling you stuff. Like, I got it.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you want to be overeducated, you can make a better decision.
Yeah.
So find somebody you like, find somebody who's good. They will refer you to a good lender. Make sure you have a lender that's not preferably with a huge bank if you can avoid it, right? Those giant banks, I don't have any sponsors, so I'm going to say Bank of America, Chase, whatever, sue me. They are not the best that I found. Mm-hmm. They're slow. Yeah. They don't react the way I do. So just go for a smaller bank, credit union, or just small mortgage lender. And find a lender that also has good referral base. Yeah. That agent that you use should be able to refer you to some good inspectors. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's really the tips. I mean, make sure you have enough saved for a down payment. You don't need 20%. If you can, great. If you can comfortably do it, do it. Yeah. If you can't, you also want to look at, we did this on KVGI the other day. Rent versus buy. And sometimes it does make sense to rent just for a little while. If you just move to an area, you want to get used to it, make sure you like it, rent for 6 months or a year. Yeah. Or if you barely have enough money, and if you don't have enough saved up, or you don't make enough to be able to pay for the house that you want to get, with everything else, just rent for a year, save up, and then get something that you're going to like. Yeah. But a lot of times, I don't know, buying usually doesn't make a lot more sense.
Buying makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. 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 So that way you're not just, throwing money away. Yeah. So, there's my tips.
Sounds good.
All right, Joan.
Well, that's it? That's all you're going to talk about?
Yeah, what other tips do I want to get? I
don't know. Like, when they're looking for a house,
be flexible.
Yeah.
Right? So, don't just say, I have to have it this way. Michael Copeland. When do I get insurance on this? I don't know. I don't tell anybody to get insurance, Michael. I don't know. I just never have been tasked with that. No, be flexible. If you say, I have to have a 4-bedroom, you're like, okay, well, what if this one is a 3-bedroom but has an office? Just be flexible. Because sometimes you'll come across. I've had it a bunch of times where a buyer is like, no, I want this and this and this. So you set the criteria, and then later they're like, I want to see this house. How come you didn't send this to me? I'm like, because that's not in the criteria you asked for. Yeah. That you were adamant about. So I tell buyers now, hey, look, I know you want this, but I'm going to expand and broaden the search. And if there's homes that get sent to you that you don't like, ignore them. Just don't pay attention to them. But I want to make sure I capture everything, too. Because in the MLS, you're supposed to put in every single thing on the house, every feature, right? Yeah. But a lot of agents just don't put them in. Mm-hmm. So if you say, I only want this, maybe there's a house that has it and it's not getting brought up in the search. Yeah. So that's a good thing. Insurance, Mr. Copeland, that's something that a good agent would refer to their buyers or title company or their lender. So, They should do that after the appraisal. I would say that.
There you go.
There you go. Tips are free.
If an agent is looking, sorry, not an agent. If, like, let's say they've been looking online.
Yeah.
At homes.
Okay, so if you're looking at homes, if you can, like, I know it's fun and the search engine's actually really good when you go on Zillow. Yeah. But those websites are so outdated.
Are they?
Well, not outdated, but they're not up to date with how they send information. All the time,
Hi, Olga.
I get homes like, oh, I want to see this home, this home, this home. I'm like, this one's been off the market for 4 days.
Yeah.
This one's not available. So then I'm sitting there wasting my time like, not available, not available. Just go to Realtor.com. I've got an app. Your agent has a preferred app that they use. Yeah. But Realtor.com is a good one because that's actually directly from the MLS and it's going to be updated fast. So check that out too. Don't be too rigid.
Cool.
Any other questions?
I don't know. I was trying to come up with really good questions. Like if I were a first-time home buyer, what would I look at? Oh, what about new home builds?
I love new home builds. So
what would they do? Like if they're already working with an agent and they walk into a new home build, what should they do?
Well, they walk into a new home build, they need to first bring their agent with them, right? And do you have to have an agent with you? No, but I would still recommend it because an agent will help cut through the BS that will be, could be spewed upon them at, the model home, right? Usually when an agent's there, I find that the salesperson there cuts through all the crap and just kind of tells you, here's the lowest we can do. Here's what we're able to include. Yeah. Once again, it doesn't cost the buyer anything, right? And a lot of people, thanks for bringing this up. Common misconception when you build a new house, people think, oh, well, if I don't bring an agent with me, they'll lower the price of the house and I'll get that discount. False, you will not. New home builders take that money out of their marketing budget to pay the agent's commission. They will not reduce the price by that amount if they don't bring one. So don't think that you're saving money there. You are not. So you can actually only hurt yourself by not bringing an agent because you're not going to be able to possibly get all the stuff that we can maybe get thrown in or negotiate, or just for us to advise you on, hey, is this a good deal? Is this a good location? Do we think that the values on these homes are going to go up? So yeah, now you got me going.
You touched on this a little bit at the big. How, obviously referrals and all that stuff, but how do they know you're a good agent?
That's a tough question. I mean, there's online reviews, right? There's stuff like that, but meet them, talk to them, talk about their experiences. Just just look in their eyes, and you can tell if you like them and if they know what they're doing. Yeah. Right? Do they have a support system? Like I was a new agent. Everybody's been a new agent, right? So does that mean that you should not ever use a new agent? Well, then how is anybody going to start in the business? It has nothing to do with that. But what's the support system? Yeah. Right? Does a new agent have a broker or a team leader that's going to be there to kind of help guide them along the way? That's a big thing too. Find out what's their support system and their structure. Like we have at the SWR group at Keller Williams. Seriously though. Yeah. It's the best thing.
Do a lot of brokerages. Is that right? Brokerage. Hi.
Not licensed yet.
Is that not a very common thing?
No, oh my God, it's not common at all. I mean, there's some people, and you see great agents that were taught on the way up, but a lot of them were not. A lot of them had to struggle and fight, to figure out things and screwed up deals on the way. Right? Everyone's probably screwed up a few deals. Yeah. But it just depends what's their support system growing up. So, we hear stories all the time of people that are just like, oh, I don't know what to do. Yeah. I haven't heard back. Or, gosh, what do you do? I see it online all the time in different forums, right? These massive real estate forums. And what do I do here? Or someone posted yesterday, what do I do? Or who do I call? That's what it was. Who do I call if I haven't gotten a response from my broker in 2 days? And someone said, a new broker. But I mean, it's really common. Right? This is a hard industry to be a part of. And you join, and if you don't know what you're doing, right? And you're not your hands being held, my God, I was nervous enough, and I had great support, right? But you're just like, oh my God, I'm dealing with this house. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. I don't want to screw it up. Well, if you don't have any support, that's terrible, right? So that's why I'm just going to plug our own little firm here.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're not our firm, but our SWR group at Keller Williams. Yeah. We took our entire firm back in July, merged it over with Keller Williams, and we are the largest team in the country for Keller Williams. Ding! Thought you were giving me a fist, but you were not. So,
ding.
Yeah, but we are basically a small brokerage under the giant umbrella of Keller Williams. So it is something that people, if they come and join us, is the best of both worlds. You know, they have the small brokerage feel, they get the support, the constant outreach, the 1 hour or 2 hour feedback or response times. They get all the training they want, but then they've got like the name and the power and the tech of Keller Williams. Like, it's seriously, in my heart, I believe it's the best team/firm that you could be a part of.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for agents. If you know any, send it to me. I'm looking for new and experienced agents. What?
It wasn't even on
It
purpose.
wasn't planned. Damn it. So I'm looking for people that don't have their license. I'm looking for part-time agents. I'm looking for full-time agents that want to come on board and see the difference, and they will.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. So there. Plug. Unplugged.
That's right.
All right, Joan. So now let's talk about your thing.
Okay.
All right.
What was the question again?
Well, your question is for photography.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite type of shoot?
Was that the story, or was that like?
I don't know. I just wrote down what you told me that it was said.
I feel like there were two different things.
There's two.
there.
Your favorite parts of photography.
And my favorite.
And your favorite
Photo shoot?
shoot.
Shooting.
I just wrote favorite shoot. So I don't know. Hi, Garth.
Hey, Garth. Shout out to Garth. Okay, so let's start with favorite shoot types, I guess.
Yeah, what's your favorite shoot types, babe? Newborns?
No, definitely
I got asked that yesterday. Do you guys do newborn?
No. Sorry, I don't. There are a lot of very, very, very talented newborn photographers out there, and I will refer all of them to them, because that is an art and a skill set that is.
God, our kid was a friggin' nut during his.
I know.
I'm
Sorry,
like, how do you sleep? Yeah, our wedding photographer was nice enough to volunteer for our newborn shoot. Disaster.
Oh no, we asked him.
Yeah, but I mean,
But
he's a
volunteers
volunteer for baby.
Oh, wasn't his?
Needless to say, I'm pretty sure that he didn't go try to get into that industry.
No, that was newborns are not my favorite. We were actually just talking about this earlier, and I actually, so what we normally do right now are headshots and family portraits, and we like doing both. But what I think I really, really like doing are not necessarily headshots, but
ankle shots.
Sure, ankle shots. No, what did I call it? It was like the dramatic, the
the Vanity Fair?
Yeah.
Cinematographic?
Sort of, yeah. That kind of, the portrait looks, right? The portraits.
The ones that look like a painting.
Not necessarily painting. They look more like movies. Like the movie posters, like the superhero posters. Dramatic.
Like Sin City?
Sort of, yeah. But dramatic, I like, it would be...
Deep.
It would be really, really fun to photograph...
God, I look terrible. Jesus. Why don't you tell me I look terrible before we started the show?
You don't, but okay.
I look better now. I fix the hair.
But I like shooting like portraits. Portrait photography, I guess, would probably be a good one. I would love to do. Actually, I'm just gonna throw this out there. Anybody who is in a sport, not like
rec league soccer.
No, not necessarily, but just like people who are like in their sport. Like
so you would say, I think the word you're looking for is an athlete.
Yeah.
The word is athlete. I'm looking for sport people.
I think I've struggled with this before.
I'm looking for sport people.
No, but like I like
athletes.
Portraits. I like doing families and I don't know, just
why
that style.
Why do you like that?
I don't know. There's something super creative about it, and you can pull stories away from, like, for example, again, Annie, I can't even say her last name.
Leibovitz.
I cannot say her last name correct. Leibovitz.
Old man softball guard. You should.
But her type of photography, because she's like really creative, and her subjects are like,
well, famous.
Really famous, and but that type of
she hasn't called me yet.
That type of photography is really interesting to me, because there's a lot of it's very story filled, and I don't know. Like I think it's they're beautiful pictures, right? And you have to have certain techniques to be able to capture those kind of moments and whatever. And it's I will say a lot.
Like, okay, so we do photography together. Usually, I'm just the
lighter.
Yeah, I'm like the mule.
You're the
that just kind of carries stuff around. Yeah, I usually carry stuff. I'll be a second shooter, and that's usually me just capturing broad pictures and stuff like that. But like, if you don't have an eye for it, no matter how good your camera is and how good your equipment is, it's not going to look good, right? Like, I guarantee I could give her, and I keep wanting you to do it. We haven't done it yet. Is to go just take a wind-up point and shoot, right?
Yes. Does anybody know what that is still?
With a proper lighting setup.
Yeah.
Right? And let's see just how good of a picture you can take. Right?
Yeah.
And I guarantee, and yes, of course there's better photographers than you, and there's a lot of worse photographers, but, you know, it just, you have to have an eye, right? You could give me...
You can train that, though.
You can, but in general...
You can train it.
But if you can't see, like, oh, that looks good.
But you have to like it, though. You have to like it enough to be able to...
But anyways, what I'm saying is you can take me, right, and give me, like, the best camera out there, like a D5.
Yeah.
Right? And my picture is not going to look near as good as hers on your D750. Yeah. Right? It's just not. You're not supposed to see, You're supposed to say, I don't know, babe.
Well, I just know. You're really good at what you do, and I'm...
amazing at what you do.
Trying to get better at what I do.
Look how comfortable I look now.
You look so far.
Here, let's scoot forward. This is more comfortable. Now I can put my feet up. Look, I'm short.
Okay.
Here, I'll fix this. Keep going.
No, I really like doing... I like doing that type of photography.
My chair's broken. Won't go up.
I like doing, I don't know, I think portraits and
why do you like portraits and family, babe? Why don't you care for weddings? Why don't you care for everyone else?
I do like weddings, except it does take up a lot of time, and in this like season of my life, I do.
What season would you call this? Like spring, fall?
No, like winter? Homeschool mom.
I know, but what season of your life?
I don't know.
Yeah, mom of young kid.
Yeah, like I have a little 4-year-old, and we decided that we were going to homeschool him. So half my day is dedicated to doing school with him.
Right.
Which is like the least structured thing ever, because he does like school, but he does. I don't know. We go on little mini trips. I don't know what you call them, but just
going to the liquor store to fill up is not a field trip.
It is a mini trip. But
let's go to Total Wine, kid. You'll learn what the grapes do when you ferment them.
But you can count the grapes.
True, count those grapes.
See, and then he
watch mommy drink the grapes.
Yeah, did grapes. He's really good at math because he's counting all the bottles.
750, 1.5.
He's really good.
So anyways.
But yeah, so I like
so
it's hard
weddings
to
are
take...
something you don't really focus on.
No, we did focus on them, and I enjoy them. Yep. I like doing them, but at this time...
We like destination weddings. That was awesome.
Yeah, I like those. But at this time, it's just hard to dedicate like a day or 2 days or a weekend or a few days to being at weddings.
Weddings and editing. Because it's
editing.
So the wedding is, 4 or 5 hours, right?
Sometimes it's a whole day because you capture them right at the beginning. And
that's
then
true. So it's 8 to 9 hours, right? And then, seriously, like, she gets home and she's like, I have to edit. And it's probably a solid week of you editing.
Just with it's not, because it takes...
No, I know.
The delivery time is about 6 weeks because you have to edit.
You have to
not just that wedding. You've got other work that you're doing.
No, I know. But I'm just saying, just specifically that one.
Yeah.
Like, if you work straight through, that's what I'm trying to say. If you work straight through, it'd be a week.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Glad we're on the same page, babe.
Yeah, probably. But I think that I like doing weddings. I think weddings are beautiful because they, everything's done up. Everything's pretty already. No, everything's already done up for you to take beautiful pictures, right? You just, most of the time...
You should do prison weddings.
Most of the time, they're, like, beautiful. Nobody? They're, all done up. Everybody's stressed out, but they're... See, I want to just point out that I shut up when you were doing your stuff, and you're just so distracted.
I just want to point out that you married me. And you knew this when you got married to me.
That is very true. I'm not trying to change you, but
let me get through a sentence. I was thinking of you trying to do the prison wedding, and you're like, it's just so beautiful, and it's just some dude, like I found this toilet paper I use as a veil.
That would be...
Yeah, that'll challenge your photography skills.
Yeah. I think I could do the lighting correctly, but I just don't know how. I don't know how I pull that one off.
Barbecue.
I don't know. But yeah, weddings are like, they offer up a beautiful setting for you to take pictures.
Yeah,
right?
It's all pretty done.
And there's a lot of meaning. There's a lot of family. I love the elements of weddings, but as far as time goes, it's very time consuming. And my priority right now is I have 3 priorities. I've got in the small, whatever, I'm homeschooling Jack, right? And trying to, do the photography business, but trying to create it to where I can get like residual income for the most part, get that to where it's like streamlined, and also Young Living.
You know what my 3 priorities are?
What?
God, country, and family, but it's fine. Residual income, I guess, should be up there too.
Thanks, Brent. So supportive.
It's not a jacket, AC. It's a shirt.
But yeah.
Okay, so if someone came to you and said, "Hey, I'm getting married," you're like, "No, I don't take it."
No, not necessarily.
You're just not actively going out.
No, I'm not trying. The business that I'm looking for right now are headshots, so portraits and family portraits, which I like doing because a lot of people don't like taking their pictures, and so the short amount of time is good for them. So time slots are shorter,
right.
And Jack can come with us. Jack can't come with us for an entire day at the wedding. Mm-hmm. It's just not. They're not going to want some little.
Maybe we should try that. Just be like,
we did at Charlie's.
That's true. We did have sister-in-law that I watched.
Yeah. But I do like weddings, but I like shooting like portraits because what's funny is what we talked about earlier. It's actually going to draw into another conversation about how when I first started doing any kind of photography professionally, I didn't want to do anything with flash.
Yeah, you were talking about that earlier today, yeah.
I didn't want to add any light. I was like, I really like the whole natural light type setting. Right. And that's like a realm of photography on its own, right? Natural light photography, it's beautiful, and a lot of people do it, and a lot of people do it very, very well.
No, I'm going to say...
So you have to be...
Because it is easier, though.
Sort of, but you have to, like, if you're going to do natural light photography, you usually have to pick times of the days that you have to shoot, right? Like, a lot of people will only shoot in the morning.
What if you just shoot it at night? You'd be like, it's natural, there's no light.
Yeah, but they'll do that. They'll shoot at, like, golden hour. They'll book their thing, so they
yeah, they look awesome.
Go with that, but they look amazing, right? So that's a different art in itself. But the reason why I picked it, or the reason looking back I had said, hey, I'm going to do natural light photography, is because I didn't want to, I was intimidated by learning about lights and flash and all that.
For you that don't know that much about photography, like, using a flash, like, is a science of its own.
Yeah.
And it can completely make it, like, I'd say your lighting is more important than your camera or your lens.
Oh, wait, it's like, lighting is
100%. Like, here's an example.
The best thing.
I don't know if you guys have seen those billboards where they're out there and it's like these awesome pictures and it says shot on an iPhone. Mm-hmm. Right? Well, yeah, it was actually shot on an iPhone, but they don't tell you that they have an amazing lighting system that are lighting up this picture to make it look cool.
It's just well lit.
Yeah.
Well lit or lit on purpose. Like,
right.
They have it purposely lit in a certain way to make it.
I want to be purposely lit.
We are purposely lit.
You're so cool.
I am really cool. But
I'm a natural light lifestyle photographer too. Yes,
yeah,
flash is the
yeah.
science.
But see, that's a specific, I guess,
look.
art. That's a look. You have to practice that way to make it look amazing. Like, you have to practice that. But the only reason why I was saying that was because I was scared of those things. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to venture out into that, or I was intimidated by it because there were so many different elements to it. Mm-hmm. But as I progressed in, learning different techniques, I actually end up liking, I guess it's called like flash photography or like studio lights and all that. I actually end up really, really liking that.
Because you have a lot more control.
You have control, but you can also achieve a lot of the things that I always wanted
the
to
dramatic
do the dramatic look. Like I remember my sister and I would talk about how we always wanted to be on those like cinematic reels for
Nike commercials.
But yes, but stuff like that, like you could see it on the posters and all that dramatic lighting, and you make it look like people are superheroes and all that. But you have to manipulate the light to be.
Well, I know some of your favorites are where you see like the UFC fighters and
I love
like,
those so much. They're so cool. Like they're so good, and like the lighting is. I know how to achieve it, right?
Right.
But with the equipment that I have currently, I can achieve only so much, right?
Right. We have to buy more.
Yeah. But I have to get amazing at it. I'm not going to but I can achieve with what I have. There's a lot more elements to my process. I need more pieces. Not that I can't achieve it, but it requires It requires
me to do this.
It requires more people.
Well, it's funny because you'll see her, like, she'll get a picture, she'll take a picture and she'll look at it and she'll be like, stare at it, and then I'll see her go like, and what goes through my head is like, what you gonna do? And then she's like, oh, and she changes stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I would say your styles have changed, just like Lauren says.
Yeah.
Like when you look back at your pictures a long time ago,
yeah,
it's changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
My pictures when I was a kid, I just took pictures of the TV. Not kidding.
Well, I think we take pictures of. Well, I did.
What
this
we find
exercise.
important.
What we find important, and I find families and people to be important, and people in their elements, and people in I love that about. That's why I like family pictures. Although that's like another task on its own, because if you have children, they're like bouncing off the walls and going all over the place. But like with like models and not necessarily like, I don't know how you say it, like
athletes?
No, not just athletes, but people, I guess people in their elements, like the athletes or the models or like professionals at whatever they do. Like corporate headshots, they're in their element.
Stenographers.
What?
Stenographer. And a court reporter.
A what?
Like a court reporter.
Okay, that's a very specific job.
Someone in their element.
Yeah, but stuff like that. Like I like
jockeys.
Sure, I haven't photographed a jockey before, but sure. But
you haven't photographed me yet?
No,
jockeys?
like the ESPN, like the body thing, the body edition. Right. Like that's cool looking. Those things are.
I just want to say, I'm putting this out here right now.
So this is going to be the body. I already know what you're commenting on. So.
The ESPN, the body thing, like the pictures look really cool.
Yes.
But can you imagine the horrendous things they see on the outtake? That is not what I thought I was going to say.
That is
like,
exactly what
they have one of Tito Ortiz, right? And he's a big, huge guy, and he seems swinging his bat, and he's like this, and they get this side, so you just kind of see half of his butt. But what happens after that thing? Slap! Like, oh, Jesus! God! You see the photographer turn and just puke on the ground? No one should see that.
No. Well, they do. But
he's like, it's like, call me Big Papi.
Things like that. Those are like awesome. So any fitness models, any clothing line models, any athletes, I'd love to photograph them.
Okay.
And some of the other ones with like the family portraits where like there's like the mom and daughters, or the older ones, and they're all like, I don't know, I like those pictures.
So why is it like, because you keep bringing up family, right?
Because family is very important to me.
Is it?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know, because it is.
Cool. Good
I
answer.
think, well,
Good
I
answer.
think that's your core. That's a very core thing, regardless of whether you're here or there. Like your family is kind of like your core support.
Like your all.
Not necessarily like brother, sister, mom, dad, that kind of family, but family, like people who are important to you, your support group. Like let's say you have a group of 5 friends.
Who has that many?
All right. But you have a group of 5 friends that you're like really, really close to each other. You're really close, right? Get a picture together.
Like friends?
Yes, just friends.
No, like a TV show?
Oh, well, yeah, sure. Like that.
Okay.
Because that's your core. Those are people who are going to support you.
Right.
Right?
Right.
When you feel like shit, there's going to be people who are going to, there's people who can surround yourself
I
with.
apologize to the young fans watching this show.
Right. Like you didn't say it already 3 times, but that's okay.
I didn't say that.
But, yeah.
I didn't say it.
Those are the people that
Okay.
you are. And then like people in their element, right? They train a lot. They
Athletes.
They work a lot.
Mm-hmm.
No, not just athletes, but people who like the headshot thing, right?
Right.
You're trying to get a professional picture of somebody in their job, like for their job. Okay, well, this is something that they want to help people recognize them. A lot of people don't like taking their pictures because they don't like the way they look. They just don't. They're like, I hate taking pictures. I don't like it. A lot of people are like that. But I like taking pictures of people, like their headshots, because that's important to people. Like when you say someone, when you introduce someone, and most of the time they don't remember their name. But if somebody introduces someone like, oh, it's the guy that had the long, or like the girl that had the long hair and had the whatever, they describe what you look like because that's how they're more visual. But the name is okay. So like, let's say you have a business card, and I have a business card.
Keep going.
What?
I'm just reading.
I know, but I'm just saying. Well, I guess I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, you're not talking to me.
Let's say you have like a business card, and you're probably going to remember the person's face before you remember that name.
I don't want to mess up the screen. Go ahead.
Before you remember the name.
That's not me, but yeah.
That's not true.
It's not me.
How do you describe someone when you say something?
By their inner beauty. That person just radiated positivity. I don't see people for the outside, Joan. Unlike you.
Anyways.
Unlike you.
But that's what I photograph. I photograph them.
You know what is cool though?
So you can see, that's you.
It is me.
That's you.
That's me.
That's why when people ask like about like the heavy photoshopping, I don't.
That's our bingo game. You know, it is kind of a cool thing though when you're doing even just corporate headshots, just sort of like portrait style, and you get someone that's really insecure, and they're like, I just don't want to. I look like crap. I look terrible. Blah 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 blah. And then you take a picture, and they look at it, and they're like, oh, okay, that doesn't look too bad. Yeah. Which for them is like it's a huge compliment, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't probably put that quote on your website, like, oh, it doesn't look too bad. But for them,
that's a huge
thing.
So as unimportant as headshots may seem to a lot of people, because a lot of people, like photographers, they'll take it as it's an easy buck. People need pictures. For me, I think it's a very, very important part of their job. Mm-hmm. People need to see them.
I think it's more important. I'm going to say that if you have a really bad headshot, you're better off to just not put a picture on there, though. Just don't put a picture. Yeah. Because I think having an ugly or just not like poor composed bad headshot is going to hurt your business
or
choices.
A super, 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 super heavily
bright like this,
photoshopped.
Like this. Look at my beauty filter. No wrinkles here. No filter.
I haven't seen like the rest of the comments, but you've been reading.
Oh yeah. Marie says, do you get a sense of families through your photography? Like, do you just meet them and can picture in your head, I'm going to press this button, I hope I don't screw it up, what would suit them in a portrait?
Yes, actually, because you can see family dynamic.
Yeah, you're there and you're like, we should be here in a damn Chuck E. Cheese and not in this field right now because this family's wild.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, sometimes you get a sense and you're like, luckily we've been okay with it, but sometimes you see people and you're like, this person we shouldn't be at this thing. Like, they shouldn't be all rigid. This is a really loose family. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Like our friend Tracy, like they're like...
Oh, I love seeing their kids.
Yeah.
Their kids are all over the place, but it is so fun because...
Yeah, because the parents are cool with it. Yeah. Right?
But that's their family. I love it.
But there's one thing where you see the kids are wild and the parents are uptight and they're just mad. Yeah. Right? They're not like that. Like, it's fun to watch. Like,
it's fun. But it's fun. It's fun because, you can kind of see what works best for them. A lot of the times, people will have the expectation of having the posed... here. I was like, we can do that, but I think the best fit for your family would be just the more natural look.
Right.
What else
so Ben says, I almost missed all this episode. Why are you matching? So at the beginning, I said, for all of you that joined late, Joan was wearing that shirt all day. I didn't really realize it. I went and changed after the gym, grabbed the first shirt I had, put it on. She walks in, and I was like, damn it.
Well, I said...
Are you okay with it?
I'm surprised you're okay with that right now.
And I said, well, it's too late. So that's why we're matching.
So what was I talking about before?
Bria. Marie, I like that your questions are actually serious. I'm like, well, Bria assumes that I actually read her questions.
Jeez.
So there's that.
What was I talking about with the headshots?
Well, you're talking about just like families and their dynamic, and you can tell what kind of.
But before the headshot.
Oh, right before that. Well, you were talking about like people how their confidence after you take a good picture and how important it is for a headshot.
Oh yeah. But the headshot, I think, is more just trying to capture what they look like now. Because some people will have their headshot that's like 15 years old. But it's like, just, update it. People want to see you. It doesn't matter what you think you look like.
Okay, so actually this is a good point on this. And
yeah.
I'm going to say it because you're the photographer, main one, so I'm just going to say it. Let me take the heat. But there are some photographers out there, not naming any names, but they will heavily Photoshop, especially corporate headshots.
Yeah.
That's what she was going to say. So, there's like some photographers out there, and I get why they're doing it, right? Because the client wants, like, can you take away my wrinkles? Can you straighten my teeth? Can you fix my hair color and all that stuff? We're like, yeah, we can. But then when someone sees your card and then they look up and see you, they're like, that's not you, and it's weird.
There is a psychological disconnect, regardless of you.
It's called catfishing.
Huh?
Keep going.
Okay.
You're just not cool.
I'm just gonna.
Catfish check.
You're away from the rink, and you still, still are up to date with the latest things.
Yep.
But there's a psychological disconnect there, and I mean, we all know that there's not that big blur on your face. We all know.
Actually, that one person I was talking about.
Yeah, actually.
I was like, this is one person that I work with, and I was like, so her Facebook picture looks like she's got the blur thing on it, but when you see her in person, she actually is a blur. Like, say actually what she looks like. Oh, you like my TikTok reference, Bria? Go ahead.
But yeah, just be real, because it's what you look like. It's what you look like, and, well, we'll get that on another topic. There are ways to help that.
Yeah, there's certain things, like if your teeth are kind of messed up and crooked, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can probably work on braces, but that's a difficult thing to do if you can't afford it.
Yeah.
That's fine. But, like, if you maybe want a little bit brighter, okay, that's one thing, right? But if you go to an extreme, you're like, that doesn't look like you.
And there's a heavy extreme, too. Not just like, here's a little bit of airbrushing. We get that. Like, you can see that.
You touch up, or someone's like, hey, I'm sorry, I've got a giant zit on my forehead. Can you take that out? Sure, we'll take that out.
But then if your entire face is completely changed and you're like, wait, that's not the same person.
Right.
There's a disconnect there. So
like, if I was like, can you make me tan? Like, people would be like, what the hell? That is not you.
Yeah. But yeah, I like to capture the real.
Don't be suspicious.
What is that?
Yeah, they're just talking shit to each other.
Oh. But yeah, I think it's important to capture what's really there and showcase it.
Be authentic. Be authentic and be yourself. Love thyself. Self-love.
But update your headshots. Just saying.
So what's your why, Joan?
What's my why?
What's your why?
For what? Everything?
No, photography.
Oh.
Good story.
That's kind of deep.
Don't start crying.
No, I'm not gonna cry.
Oh, really?
I'm not gonna cry.
What? No, you're crying.
No, you're crying. What's your why?
For what?
Well, I think about mine.
Don't pawn this up. Don't answer a question with a question.
Why not?
Because
that's good tactics.
Is it?
I don't know. Is it? Isn't that what they teach us in?
So okay. So like, why was it that you said that like families are so important? Like you keep talking about families.
Because my family's important.
Okay. So why is it? So what? So your family's important. Why would you want to take a picture of other people that aren't important then?
Because I believe their families are important.
Ah. Okay.
Because.
So like what?
Well, so okay,
what touches your heart?
Well, let's go with families. A lot of people don't like taking pictures. Yes. Right? They don't like taking pictures because they think, oh, I just don't like the way they look. I don't like the way, especially with people with children, right? They won't take their picture. Oh, don't take a picture of me. I just don't look good.
You can take a picture of the kids.
Take a picture of the kid, blah, blah, blah. Well, however many years later, there's a lot of things going on. Maybe you'll get sick. A lot of people will get sick and pass away, right?
Yep.
Your kids don't want to look at themselves. They want to see pictures with you.
Mm-hmm.
You take you taking that picture is something that they're going to keep.
Like their kids want to see their grandma or grandpa.
Yes. So I'm just going to tell the big story, or like the wide story.
I'm gonna cry.
I'm not going to cry. I'm fine.
I'm just gonna cry.
Why do you say I'm going to cry?
Because I said you weren't. Now you are.
I'm not going to cry.
I'm not
so
crying,
I don't know that every single exact detail of this story, but so there's a picture that my dad carries with him in his wallet, and he's carried it ever since he got this picture. It's a small little wallet-sized picture, and the picture is of him, his mom, I think his dad was in it, his dad, and I think it's my cousin. I can't remember, but that picture was a picture of him leaving the Philippines for the first time to go work in Saudi Arabia.
Arabian Nights.
So they took that picture, and they took that picture, and he's kept it in his wallet. So he left for Saudi Arabia. Well, his mom got really, really sick, and he was working because he really wanted to get my grandma this gold watch that she had really, really wanted. Well, he was working, and she got really sick, but he couldn't make it back home because he was working. Well, while he worked, she passed away. And don't even tell me, I already know what you're going to say about the gold watch. But his mom, that picture was the last time. Stop!
I'm just smiling.
I already know what you're going to say because you already said this. You've already said, here, I'm just going to throw it out there. Well, did you get to return that watch?
That's not what I said. I said, did he keep the receipt?
Yeah.
It's a legitimate question.
Anyways, that picture was the last picture that he got to take with his mom. So that picture, just that small little picture, was not anything.
He still has it in his wallet.
He still has it in his wallet. And the year that we actually were announcing that I was pregnant, we had given that to,
I thought we were pregnant, babe. I thought we were.
Okay, we were pregnant, sure.
It's you.
Whatever. I actually scanned that picture, and
we had it retouched.
We got it retouched, and
we should have gotten all the wrinkles removed. And
well, it kind of looked like that because the picture was so old.
It kind of looked like that monkey Jesus.
But we got different size pictures for it, and we got it restored. And it was part of the present that we gave to my dad, and that was the first. So like our reveal was we gave them pictures of past, present, and future.
Cheap presents.
Sure, they were sort of cheap. But the first picture we got was the picture that we restored. And he thought that was it. Because that picture meant so much to him. And, I mean, his mom passed away a long time ago. We never got to meet her. But that picture is
he's kept it in his wallet for about 40 years.
Yeah, he's kept that. So, regardless of you not wanting to be in your picture because you don't like what you look like or you don't want whatever, it's not about you.
Yeah, it was not an amazing picture.
No.
It was just a snap.
It's just a picture. Yeah, just not anything. Be in the picture. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter like how you think you look like. But your family is going to want to remember you. That's how you're going to be remembered.
That's why our son's going to have these
pictures.
These dumbass podcasts to remember my jackass by.
Yeah. But that's why you need to be in the picture.
Like this, don't mind me. Marie says, I'm obsessed with pictures because I don't have any of my childhood. I love seeing how you capture others in different elements.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, if you don't have a picture of your childhood, that's why it's important to make sure you can change that legacy.
Yeah. So that's how you could be there for your kids.
That's it. Marie just asked me, why did I get into real estate? Why did I choose real estate?
Why did you choose real estate?
So when we got done touring with Disney on Ice, we took a break from coaching during those few years. Before that, before we went on Disney on Ice, I was coaching skating forever, and then we went on Disney, got off, and continued to coach. But when we got off tour, I was like, okay, I'm going to coach for a while, but I want something long term. I just didn't see myself being a skating coach, into my 50s and 60s. I just didn't see any long term potential with that. So I said, what am I going to do? Like, I don't know. I don't have a college degree. Not like this one over here, Miss Brainiac over here.
Clearly utilizing my degree.
Yeah. So I was like, I want to do something, and I can't work for a corporation.
And
essential oils. I can't. You're a Karen. I can't. I don't want to do this, so I need to find something that I can work for myself. And I'm kind of financially driven. I'm money motivated, right? So what has potential to have a big earning, big earning potential. So I got my license in 2010. I decided, hey, let's go ahead. The market sucks right now. It's horrendous. Let's jump in and learn while the market sucks. So when it becomes good, again, I can ride that wave. And, did I get into it for not necessarily the best reasons? Yeah, probably. You probably shouldn't just start someone because it seems cool and you can make a lot of money. But I did, but it turned out I really liked it. It actually worked out.
Yeah.
It turned out I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah.
So, I don't see myself ever stopping until I drop dead.
Did you do it part-time or full-time?
I did part-time until actually last year.
Yeah.
But it was like...
I knew the answer. I was just trying to...
I was
trying to be engaging for the audience.
I hate you. I wouldn't say like it was part-time. Like, well, I put in my 15 hours. And then, it was just like I just had a bunch of... I could be flexible with the schedule, right? Coaching and that.
Yeah.
So, but I've, June of last year, I completely jumped in full-time on board.
Yeah.
So, that's why I got into coaching. Why'd you get into photography, Joan? The world wants to know.
Do they?
No, but nobody's asking us any other questions except Bria just running her mouth over that.
I kind of grew up, my dad always took pictures. Like, my dad always had a really nice camera. And he documented our childhood quite well, actually. Like, we have a ton of pictures. And it... What did she say?
I do, and I need to know.
Oh, okay. But my dad documented a lot of our childhood, so I was able to kind of go through all of them, and it's fun because you can relive a lot of the stories that you don't quite remember, but then they kind of spark those
There's
memories.
a picture, like I don't have that many, to be honest. I have some, but not like you do.
Yeah. Well, and he would take his camera everywhere.
Don't be suspicious.
But funny is because it was film, it wasn't as heavy as the ones that the ones that we use now, right? So I always kind of grew up with somebody taking pictures all the time. And as we kind of grew up, then we started having phones that would take pictures. So instead of just getting like point and shoots or whatever, I'd have a point and shoot camera.
She had a sweet flip phone.
Yeah, with really good quality pictures on that one. But we got point and shoots, and you just take pictures of everything. And since everything was digital, like everything started to go digital, it was easy to take pictures of a lot of things without spending too much money.
Right.
Even though growing up through grade school, I still took pictures of everything, and
you're always at Costco.
We'd always go to Costco getting developed, and you didn't know if they would turn out okay, so you've had like 50% of your pictures of just blank walls or just... Mine was like thumbs and things. Yeah, you just don't know, but...
And you don't know crap. Like for me, like flash is on for everything, get in someone's face.
Yeah, so I kind of just like taking pictures. I like taking pictures of people. I like taking pictures of, I don't know, just things that are going on.
Athletes?
Sure, athletes. I was around athletes all the time, so
nice.
So yes, athletes. And
we should tell your whole skating story next week.
Oh, okay.
That'd be fun. Does anyone want to hear Joan's skating story next week?
Why?
I don't know. Hit the like button or comment or something if you want to hear it next week.
What?
If not, I'll just talk about myself.
So yeah, I kept taking pictures of everything. And as we went on tour, or when we went on tour, we ended up going... what did we do? Oh, we were going to a lot of these different places, and after we got married, Brent actually reached out to our wedding photographer and asked what kind of camera he had or what he would recommend for like someone.
And I was like, wait, how much? Now, how much is that? Can I block her?
No. So we ended up getting a semi-pro DSLR, a Nikon D90 at Best Buy
with a C3PO in order to
because it was on sale, and
damn right.
So I ended up getting pictures.
We paid over $1,000, didn't we? Yeah, I think we paid like $1,300.
I don't know. We paid, and then your parents gave me a really awesome lens.
Yeah.
Before that, I had like a point and shoot camera that I would take everywhere. And I still have. Yeah, I mean, it was easy to carry, and we'd take pictures. We were going to these amazing places, so why didn't we?
We should talk about our tour life too. That'd be a whole good episode.
Yeah, we could do that. So we were taking pictures of everything, and then one of my friends actually asked on tour. She was getting, what's the question?
Just keep going. I'm
asking,
prepping. I'm your producer right
now.
Got
it. She actually was getting married on tour, and just like a little teeny, like a small little, what would you call it? What do they call it? The civil or something.
What? Oh, I'm reading. I wasn't listening to you.
The weddings at the court.
Quinceañeras?
Is that a wedding at the court?
Oh, I didn't hear what you said.
Oh. I just said wedding at the court.
Oh, Justice of the Peace?
Sure, something like that. And we were in a really, really cold place. I just remember.
It was Buffalo.
Okay. So she asked me, hey, can you just document this? I was like, yeah, sure. So we got
longevity.
Got some pictures of that and ended up taking those pictures. And after we got off tour, we didn't really know what to do. So we were just like coaching, and I wanted to go to PT school and all kinds of different things. And then he was like, hey, why don't you just
learn to be a photographer and get paid for it?
Yeah, you keep taking pictures of people and doing all that.
And that's a whole thing too. We'll have to get into another thing of like how you kind of got into the area of photography you did, because it's like once you're like, I'm going to be a photographer, there's like 8 million types of photography.
Well, just like any other.
Yeah.
That
was really broad. You're like, am I going to do portraits, landscape?
Yeah, yeah.
It's all kinds of stuff like that.
So I ended up like photographing a couple, like friends and like some family and whatever. And then when I was working with the stars, I ended up booking my friend's wedding out in California, and that was the first like big wedding that we did with that same camera.
That's right.
So
that's right. And yeah, I remember we were there was something going on. It was like during the first dance, and something I think you had figured out. You had hit some setting, right? And the thing wasn't focusing, and you were freaking out because the camera's not taking pictures.
Yeah, but then I ended up figuring it out right after. So then it was, that kind of jump started everything. And then after I stopped, and then I kind of just did it part time.
So Bria says, I thought you were a baller, Brent. Why are you bringing up the cost of stuff? That was 10 years ago. For that camera, we had just got
yeah.
Broke as a joke. Garth says, if you're always taking pictures, do you ever feel you were not present in the moment? Not sure if you already covered this.
If you're
taking pictures, do you ever feel like you're present in the moment?
Yeah, I think so. I think so because I
you're kind of controlling the whole scene. You're like the director.
Are you talking about like just when I'm around?
Oh, I think that's what he means. Like when you're around, like because you're like when we're walking through like Disney World, right? You're constantly like take picture, and I'm just like, all right, got it.
Oh yeah, I can absolutely be present in the moment. That's I guess an easy part for me when I'm out. Like I'll take a picture and then
I'm usually at the beer garden.
We'll just go.
Yeah.
I think when it becomes not unhealthy, but not being present or whatever is when when you're trying to I think social media.
Yeah.
I think that's when it's not being.
It's all for the gram.
Yeah.
Bitches love the gram.
I like taking pictures because then I can, share stories later. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I remember a lot more. I also use it to help remember things. So, because I don't normally just go out and like share all my stuff all the time, but I can see how it can be.
Marie said,
"Be hard to be present in the moment for a lot of people."
With the skating thing, were you big parts like a prince or princess, or did you wear crazy costumes with Disney? Was Brent goofy? That's for another episode.
Really, I could just answer it quickly, or do you want to do it for?
Yeah, I mean, you can just say.
Oh well, I was all the
ethnic princesses.
Princesses. I was Jasmine, Mulan. I did Lilo.
Sure, Tiana.
I know Tiana. I was just an understudy for her. So I got out a couple of times. So that was fun makeup times because my eyes.
She also got to play.
My eyes are very almond when hers are a lot bigger.
She got to play Gabrielle.
Oh, Gabriella!
Gabriella in High School
Musical. Yeah.
For a couple of shows.
Yeah, that was fun. So and then Brent was the prince.
I was all the non-ethnic princes.
The princes.
The whitest ones you could imagine.
And the dinosaur.
Just don't ruin the magic for the kids.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What if Lisa Taylor's watching this? They're probably a PR.
Sorry.
That's another episode. So I think we're going to have some episodes. We'll talk about Joan's skating background. Maybe we'll have an episode talking about mine. We'll talk about our Disney life.
Okay.
That'd be a fun one.
Yeah.
Just remembering stories.
Fun stories, yeah.
Stories. And we weren't even on tour that long. Like about 3 years. And a lot of
Yeah.
people have done like 20.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anything else? Let's see if there's any other questions people are... Oh, yes. Popping
I
up.
think you're glowing on that
I
side.
am glowing. That's true. So, all right. Anything else?
What was the other photography question? There's something else I can't remember what it was.
Well, no, you get lost in the moment. We got that.
No. Like the other thing. What's my favorite, or what are the favorite parts of photography?
Well, it's not what we had. I had your favorite shoots, and parts of photography. Covered it.
What were my favorite parts of photography?
The families, just like the dramatic lighting, and you just like the connection that people make. You just, it may not be important to you, but it's important to someone else. Damn it, that's what's important. I was here. I was present. I was listening.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Well, thanks for stopping by. Make sure. How many side hustles do you each have? Right now, just this. I don't have a side hustle. I just have my thing. At one point, I had like 5 side hustles.
Yeah.
That'll be another show. My nonprofits.
Yeah. Your nonprofits.
My nonprofits. And you got a couple.
Yeah. I've got,
Go ahead, Joan.
No, I'm done.
No, we're here with
Poppy, now we're all salty.
Joan, and also,
now
did you just say salty?
I sure did. You're not the only cool one.
Alright, guys. See you next week. See you next Tuesday. Although this Wednesday thing is kind of nice because it's not super late. Alright.
I don't know.